All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Play the Hits. This is Final Fantasy IV, the complete collection. With you, as always, is Chris Beck and my boy Knuckles.
Wait. We were on floor 7 of the Tower of Babel?
Oh, yeah. Wait, you're not Knuckles.
Yeah, well, I mean, he stepped out for a moment.
Wait. Did someone blow the whistle? Knuckles is here, baby.
Boy, we must have been crushing through here earlier.
I can't help but notice I do not feel welcome at this time. Wait, what's all this? You guys is live? You're on the worldwide interwebs.
Whoa, wait. So, ice doesn't affect these guys, only ice sorceries do.
You guys are boring. I'm gonna go get drunk.
Bye, Knuckles. Hey, speaking of Knuckles, did you see that the Sonic movie has been delayed till February of next year?
That I did, and I'm not sure if the animation was the biggest problem that movie has, but, you know, at least they're listening to the fans. You gotta give them some credit.
I had this conspiracy theory where the trailer was like one big elaborate troll, where, you know, like, okay, the Sonic they said they were going to change it to is the Sonic they had all along, but they gave us an extra crappy Sonic for the trailer.
So that everyone would say, yeah, wow, look how improved it is.
Yeah, right? Exactly. You know, because it's Sonic. You know, he's suffered from 10 years of consistent horrible games, so...
So why not back it up with a horrible movie?
But it turns out, no. There was no special planning behind it. It was just as bad as it looked.
They knew what they were doing, or rather, they really didn't. Oh, we've lost our third viewer. That's alright.
It was probably just some sort of chat bot that wanted us to advertise Doritos. It's fine.
Hey, I'll take a piece of that action, actually. Doritos, come at us.
Come on. You've been broadcasting for 3 minutes. You're going to be a sellout that quick.
You assume that I had any pride to hold on to, Nick.
Yeah, okay. Fair. Valid point.
So, fun fact about the whole Twitch conundrum here is that I really can't advertise due to the nature of my career.
There's a lot of things you shouldn't do due to the nature of your career.
But I'm still doing them. But no, I kind of wonder, like, without the benefit of advertising, if we could actually get anyone interested in following our Twitch activities, because there are certainly guys I've watched with way less of the funnies than you and I have on any given evening that's still broadcast to a respectable crowd. But then they also play games that people actually give a shit about.
Well, I mean, then you've got to chase what's modern and popular, and I'll be goddamned if I'm going to play Fortnite.
Right, and kind of the same principle as our YouTube channel. I don't expect this to develop into anything, but it is kind of cool to be able to look over to my right and see that we're actually broadcasting to the entire world. And
well, you know, it's this is your first step kind of thing, right?
It's nifty. Yeah. I'll give it that. I mean, the technology is really cool. On my left screen, I've got the game running, and on my right screen, I'm simultaneously looking at our recording progress on OBS, keeping track of our connection on Discord, and watching us live on Twitch. So that's not insignificant.
Oh, you have arrived, haven't you?
I like to think so.
This couple, for this boss battle, has always been just creepy to me.
Yeah, they're not regular. Hey, is it Lugae you're supposed to kill first, or Barnabas? Or does it matter?
Oh boy, it depends if you're trying to fill out your bestiary. If you do too much damage to Barnabas, he'll explode.
Oh, I see.
I think...
Does this count as too much damage?
I think the doctor is supposed to go down first.
I got you, okay. Because I know the real battle is the second part where he comes back as like a mutant and poisons your entire team.
Something or another.
But again, given the relative difficulty of this iteration of the game, we're not in any trouble.
Or do you kill the doctor and then he self-destructs? I forget. Oh, right, because he can't give him oil.
Yep. Oh, Cecil just took it. Oh! Oh no!
Oh, 3,000. That's not insignificant at this point.
Nope. You fools, face my true evil. Guys, Cecil is dead. Man, Cecil is missing out on all kinds of EXP in this dungeon.
Well, that's why everybody just leveled up.
Yep, except for him. Doesn't really matter too much in the long run, I guess, but I would enjoy those levels.
I've always hated when you give someone a Phoenix down and all of a sudden, wham, first enemy that gets first attack, you know, is what lands on him.
Yeah.
What the hell is this supposed to be?
It is a rocket skeleton. Does that trouble you?
Yeah, it's unnerving.
Yeah, I'll give it that. It kind of looks vaguely alien, too. There's a couple things going on that we're not privy to.
I think the weirdest thing here is the sprites for the Doctor Transformed has always been so completely different than anything else that was in the game up to that point.
Why can Yang not focus? Yeah, you're right. Maybe Yang can't focus when he's poisoned?
That'd be news to me.
I mean, there's got to be some reason I couldn't use it, right?
Is it a spell and that he was silenced? No.
I don't know. All I know is Kane just fucked some shit up.
Okay, what version of him is more difficult? The one here or the one in the 3DS version?
I mean, generally the DS version has the hardest iterations of most bosses. Except for Zeramis.
Yeah, who goes down like a
Why did I summon
sack
Ifrit?
of oranges.
I thought I did Titan.
Maybe you're onto something.
Nope.
No.
I'm on to half damage is what I'm on. Oh, crap.
I think in the DS version he was easier once you figured out the exploit, but I mean every time I got a round of Kira up, you know, it was time to switch phases and all of a sudden I was just killing everybody in my party.
This may be something I actually don't know about this game. What's the exploit for him?
No, I meant the DS version.
Right, what was the exploit there?
Well, no, I mean how, oh, well, when he does that phase where he's switching damage, where, like, curing heals you and then hurting... Wait, yeah. Curing hurts you and then hurting...
Okay.
It took me a while to figure out. I thought I could just punch my way through it.
I completely forgot about that in the DS version. That's that's right. They really did change up the bosses quite a bit for that. That was pretty cool.
Just that one, and that's why it caught me by surprise so much. Is that it was like, was this in the regular version? I don't remember that.
No, it certainly is not. But no, I remember there were a couple other instances where they tried some sort of unique gimmicks or tricks with bosses.
Such as.
I don't know. Like I said, it's a very vague memory. I've actually only played the DS version once.
Yeah, me too. First time I tried to do it, I just never finished it, and then I grabbed it when it came for sale on Steam. I mean, I guess there's a couple bosses that changed things up, but none of it really mattered.
Hey, now, is it true that they actually did nerf the difficulty a little bit on the Steam version?
You hear those things, but you can never verify the rumor. I mean, I heard with the Final Fantasy 5 and 6 GBA remakes, once they came stateside, they made it 10% easier. So, I mean, you know, you hear these stories everywhere, but no one can really tell you from where.
Sure. And again, I'm not sure, and I'm not even saying that's a bad thing, but I just
It would
curious.
be a weird thing to do, I mean, for a port. I mean, this would require Square Enix to have put any extra effort into porting it over, so...
That's true. They do tend to be notoriously lax with their Steam ports. But that being said, I just remember people bitching about the difficulty in the DS version so much, and I could never figure out why. That's one of the things that I truly enjoyed about that, was that it took a relatively simple game and did give it a little bit of oomph.
It's expectation management. If you've played the game 5 times before that, and you play the 3DS version thinking you're getting just a graphical overhaul, then yeah, I can see how that punch in the mouth would go ahead and be a bit of a turn-off.
Yeah, I guess, but I was on the opposite, and wow, stop with these damn security eyes. I did play it, 5+ times, and for me, that was actually quite refreshing to actually go into it and have to think for the first time in years.
Yeah, see, I was one of those folks who thought I was just going to play through it with new graphics, and it was quite surprising, and I just didn't enjoy it to the point where I stopped playing it the first time around. And, you know, when I came back and realized, oh, okay, this is what the game is supposed to be, then yeah, I had more fun with it.
I gotcha. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I don't know. There's certain kinds of difficult games that I really like. I mean, there's just like frustrating and maddening, but then there's ones that just invite you to actually, you know, do more than mash attack and use your brain power.
Yeah, but like I said, it's expectation management. You have to know what you're going into.
That's fair. That is fair. So speaking of expectation management, how is the new job?
No, it's this weird feeling where I'm actually excited to get up and go to work every day. So yeah,
what's
everything's
that
working
like?
out really well. Yeah, right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy my job. I've never been eager to get out of bed though.
No, I mean, I get up and, you know, I'm brushing my teeth and I'm just thinking, oh boy, I can't wait. I can't wait to send out invoices and see what we're making in the shop today. It's a weird feeling, and I mean, I'm 4 weeks into it, so I don't know if it's going to wear off or not, but I'm going to ask about getting the position. Well, I mean, I am full-time, but instead of them hiring a replacement, I'm going to see if they'll just up the pay to 25 and hire me on for the rest of the year.
Oh, tight.
Yeah, that would be delightful.
Yeah, that'd be nice. We got sexy Shiva.
I got to stick around at least until the July cookout.
July cookout.
Yeah. I mean, they're good owners, so like, you know, during the holidays and stuff, they'll fire up the grill for like a company picnic.
Oh, nice. You know, that's one thing I've never been a part of, is a company picnic.
Yeah, it's...
Or rather, the one venue
weird.
I've not yet socially made an ass of myself.
All these years is what it finally took me to find an organization that I could work for and respect at the same time.
Sounds like you've arrived.
So how about you? How's your profession going?
Not too shabby. Things are substantially quieter post like Easter confirmation, and then this week was the end of the preschool session. Well, the end of the school year in Bloomington, actually. So
I mean, I can't really picture your profession changing much. I mean, it's not like it's not like someone's going to find some sort of Dead Sea Scroll or something. It completely upends religion as we know it. I mean, you're pretty much in, the cycle of Christmas, Easter, Pentecost, rinse and recycle.
It's not like your job requires a whole lot of thought, Chris.
Well, that's not at all what was implied, but I'm just saying it doesn't require a whole lot of surprise, right?
That is true.
Well, I
don't know. I was going to say, one weird thing about this week is we did have two kind of out-of-the-blue funerals, just like... no prolonged illness or anything, just like, yep, Nana's dead. And, yeah, so that was a good portion of my week.
Well, Nanas die.
Nanas have been known to do that. Knuckles, play us out. It's getting a little dark in here. Knuckles comes out with a top hat and cane. Wait a minute, you guys are fucking on your own. You ignored Knuckles. You think I would forget that?
I just didn't have any material. I'm dead tired by 6 o'clock. This job makes me feel as old as I am.
I see. Age has not been, well, dude, Nick, do you realize that it has now been officially, wow, what is with the encounter rate right now?
That freaking one step.
That is annoying, and the exact same encounter twice.
It really looks like that Flame Knight is trying to poke that Chimera in the butt with the sword.
Yeah, he's about to go cattle prodding here. Oh, Young is down. Damn.
Oh.
Huh. Why am I, like, suddenly having to try? Like, we went through this entire dungeon with me just, you know, farting my way through like I do everything else, and now all of a sudden here we are.
I mean, you're in no real danger. I mean, Yang wasn't really contributing too much anyways.
No, but he is the one who does
he
to
ain't
take
got
down the
an ice
Chimera.
sword. Oh, wait, yeah, Cecil's not doing jack.
No, Yang is my Chimera guide. In fact, I'm gonna have to, in a second here, go through the rest of this without him, aren't I? There we go.
There's not really much rest of it. You just unequipped... Oh, wait, yeah, you're right.
All right. So let's see here. I do need to unequip Yang, come to think of it.
Once
Cecil,
you get to the door...
You're on cure duty here.
I mean, you never know how many encounters you're going to get between here and there.
That's very true. Hey, what do you know? Okay, Yang. I'll be selling all your stuff. Young is like, Cecil, what are you doing? Why are you making me remove all my armor? I just got a feeling. I just got a feeling.
Turn in your gun and your badge.
Yeah, right. Oh, shit. Poor Young. Now, in the DS version, it's Young, but I find myself still calling him Yang most of the time.
I still hear people commit the audible aberration of calling Cecil Cecil.
Oh, yeah, that's very true.
So there's that, yeah. So, you get any further in Witcher?
No, well, like I said, because of the craziness of this week, I haven't had time really to start a book this week. Most of my work has been coming home with me. Then I also had a meeting Tuesday night and a study that I was leading on Thursday, so all good times. Boy, you know, this is substantially more violent looking than it was on the SNES.
Yeah, I don't remember the goblins bursting into flame like that.
Right? How does Yang actually survive that?
Well, he shouldn't, first and foremost.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think he really should have on the SNES original, but...
Tell my wife I said hello.
Also, I made some very unwise investments, and she is not getting anything.
Also, clear my browsing history.
I'm not sorry. Yang's last words. And then it's just, like, really awkward when you find him alive later. Like, oh, yeah. Turns out, Yang's dwarf fetishism was just broadcast for all the world to see there.
So really, the only one who dies in this game is Tella, right?
Yeah, it's literally just Tella.
Unless
you count Anna.
But she wasn't in my party.
They did give her a battle sprite for some reason, though.
True.
Do I need a tent? Yeah, I might as well. I think I'll be using a lot of Rydia's MP if the encounter rate stays what it has been.
I mean, it can't hurt. It's not like this is a valuable commodity.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Oh, boy. So, I guess they have announced the Steam Summer Sale dates beginning in June. Is there anything on your radar, Nick, that you've really been thinking about picking up?
You know, I have been having a hell of a time with Tom Clancy's Wildlands.
Oh, yeah, that's right. How's that going?
Oh, man. It's, like I've said, it's like Metal Gear Solid 5 with friends.
Huh.
I mean, you know, all the way down to, like, the resource management and stuff. It's been fun.
Now,
you totally pick it up on Steam.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's one that
$15 is usually what it goes on sale down to.
Nice. I would certainly consider that. Another one, you know, every time one of these games comes out, I always find myself really intrigued and then immediately turned off. But I can't stop hearing great things about Sekiro. So, I'm gonna see what that goes down to on Steam. But you know, you know my history with the Souls games. I keep trying
non-existent.
Right. I keep trying to get into them, and like I get to like the first boss and get my it's kind of like what you were describing with the FF4 DS version. You know, where like I just get turned off right away and never give it the time or energy it deserves.
Yeah, Sekiro. I mean, I've drank so deeply from the Dark Souls chalice at this point. I just don't feel like there's anything new to offer me, and if there is, you know, I don't know.
You say that, but I picture out of the two of us, you being the one who actually gets into it after I'm the one who spends the money on it.
Yeah, right.
It's like, well, shit, this is the most engaging thing ever. Well, shit, I just blew $50.
I mean, it's either that or it's like, here's the new thing that Twitch streamers are telling us is popular and that we should buy because they're getting $50,000 an hour to do so.
Right.
Where does this ship come from?
I don't quite know. Like, who's commandeering it?
Like, who are all these, like, phantom guys attacking you on the Red Wing ship? Are they monsters, or are they the Red Wing human crew? Because that's going to make things awkward at the end of the game.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
This is the least compelling chase I've ever watched. Man, I think on the DS version of this game, it took me forever to figure out how to ascend back up to the surface.
Was there something different about it that I don't remember?
I can't remember if there was a weird button to push to go up, or if I had just forgotten about needing to get the drill.
Oh, yeah, okay. Or you mean coming back down?
I don't remember, honestly.
So when you get to the surface, you have to get the drill, and then you're allowed to come back down.
Wait, I think you come back down, and then you need to get the drill, because then you get a new ship or something? I don't... Okay, well, I mean, Sid just goes, frickin' Taliban there and blows himself up. How does he live?
Right. I did like the DS version of this, when everyone's like mourning Sid, and Kane's voice actor I actually really appreciate, but it was like the most dramatic line right here. In the DS version, it's rushing to die like fools.
Oh god.
That sounded like Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat. You fool.
If I remember correctly,
so
he was voiced by I think he was voiced by Johnny Young Bosch in that game, if
really?
I remember correct. I believe.
I'm not sure who he is. I know he also came back as the villain in FF13 too, which was the singular only good thing about that game.
Oh, perhaps even the trilogy. I have this thing where I like to commit voice actors to memory.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it was Johnny Young Bosch or someone else, but he's got a good voice for that particular type of role, like the stoic badass character.
No, it wasn't him. I'm thinking of he was
Got those, okay.
Who was he? All right.
Time to hit the Googles.
Let's IMBD this.
IMBD, I believe it's referred to as, Nick.
Could be, I don't know, I'm old. IMBD Game of Thrones. I'm pretty sure I know who's in this series. Oh man, yeah, between this week and last week, Game of Thrones ended.
Oh yeah, I'm okay talking about it because I don't think I'm ever going to get into it at this point, but I'll have to post a spoiler warning at the beginning of this video.
Oh, come on, everybody already knows how that disaster ended.
The only thing that I know is that, for whatever it's worth, Jon Snow killed Daenerys, and that is somehow significant.
They ran out of ideas, essentially. It was just... So, I mean, there's like this petition that, I guess fans are saying that they need to rewrite Season 8, which I don't know what the hell that means.
Yeah. Oh, well,
but it was... Go ahead.
Well, the thing that I've been hearing is that the ending has been so widely panned that they're thinking George R.R. Martin, when he finally releases the book, is going to completely do it differently than the show did it.
Well, okay, I mean...
Which would be kind of like the biggest middle finger you could throw to that series.
Well, no, it's actually the only financial choice Martin has, is because, I mean, what are you going to advertise your book as? Game of Thrones, if you've seen the TV show, don't bother buying my book. Of course he's going to come out and say it's different from the HBO show.
Yeah,
it would
that
be
makes sense.
financially irresponsible not to.
And let's be real, who reads books anymore, right?
I mean, technically I don't. I listen to them, but... Ooh, you still there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, I heard...
Yeah, I heard a Discord noise, too, but I don't know what that was.
The big kind of complaint about it is that the big complaint about the later seasons of Game of Thrones that are legit, and for the record, I've watched all the seasons and I've read all the books that have been released. Like, the show really started to get embarrassed of its supernatural or magic aspects. I mean, there's a bunch of things they shunted to the side, like the prophecy and the Red King and the dire wolves, and it was like they got
some kind of show for nerds.
Right, and they seem to have just gotten bored with the Night King, which is like, you know, the villain they were working up to.
Oh, that was another spoiler that I know about. But go on before I ruin it.
Yeah,
for
I
everybody.
mean, like all of a sudden, it's like they just kind of got bored and then just had him killed off in one episode.
Yeah, I heard
and
I heard they Boba Fetted him with Arya Stark, right?
Well, okay, that
She just came out of nowhere and dick stabbed him or something.
I mean, it made sense. I mean, like, she had spent 2 seasons training as an assassin, but, oh, okay, if you're getting really into it, I thought they were going to do something more interesting than, like, and then Arya stabs the the Ice King until he dies. Ice King, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of Adventure Time.
Ice King.
So Arya stabs the main villain until he dies. Like, okay, well, technically she was a face stealer. I thought she was gonna, steal the identity of one of his lieutenants and get close to him, or, like, steal Bran's identity and be like, haha, I'm not a cripple, I'm actually able to stab you in the face, and then stabs him in the face. Like, I thought they'd do something cool, but no, they didn't.
They didn't,
so, no.
Yeah,
and, like,
I heard that she just kind of jumped out of nowhere, like, in the middle of a crowded battlefield and just went for the stab.
It made sense, I guess. I don't know. By that time, I was just so tired of watching everybody fight for 90 minutes. It's like, all right, well, that's over with. It was also pretty funny because, like, at one point, like,
right.
Daenerys has, like, it seems like she's got, like, 1,000 troops left, and then at the end of the show, after they take King's Landing, it's like, no, she's got, like, hundreds of thousands of troops.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was, I don't know. It was weird.
Kind of like the opposite of the biblical story there.
I would say I was disappointed, but that would require me to have any emotional investment in the series at that point. So I don't know. I just kind of watching it to get it out the way. I mean, not knocking it. It just.
But you just wanted the knowledge of the ending, basically.
I needed that closure. I mean,
right.
the thing is, like, by the time they hit season 7, it was starting to get weird because they were taking all these characters and, like, funneling them into, like, one story arc that really didn't make sense for a lot of them.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Now
so,
see,
like,
there I would be lost.
Like, all of a sudden, everyone's like, yeah, we need to fight the Night King. I don't know who he is, but we should probably fight him. Okay, so going back to our original subject there, Yuri Lowenthal was Cecil Harvey.
Yes,
and
I remember that.
Yeah, Liam O'Brien was Kane Highwind.
That is the most Irish name I've ever heard.
I don't think Johnny Young Bosch was in this particular game. Yuri Lowenthal.
I remember Johnny Young Bosch was Firion in Dissidia.
That's what I'm thinking of. I know he's in the series.
And he did a good job with that, too. It actually made me care a little bit about Firion, which is, an absolute throwaway character.
Wasn't Yuri Lowenthal Sasuke in Naruto?
Hold on. There's a role that I actually remember him from.
Yes, okay. I just say that because, like, that's the role that keeps on printing money for him.
Oh, okay. Shit. He did something else that was actually pretty good. I can't think of what it was, though.
It probably wasn't Fallout 76.
I mean, well, the problem with Yuri Lowenthal is that he's in so many things. He's kind of like almost the generic, like,
yeah,
kind
he
of
doesn't
clean,
have much range.
Clean hero voice, you know? I'd for once just love to see. I think was he Light Yagami?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Look that up for me, if you will. If so, that's the one that I'm thinking of. If not, it was something else. I think he was the English voice of Light in Death Note.
How about we try this instead?
And that, I think, if I'm right, I think that's why I enjoyed it so much, is that he actually did.
No, it doesn't look like it.
No, he wasn't. Okay, never mind. He did something that was actually interesting, and I don't know what it was. Clearly must not have been that interesting.
Okay, yeah, I should not IMDb more of this here.
Going down the rabbit hole?
I most certainly am. Okay. Right.
Wait, Yuri Lowenthal was in the anime adaptation of Godzilla, which is another monster movie released in the 80s, along with Tremors, which starred Kevin Bacon.
7 Degrees of Separation.
Wasn't that is the game, right? 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon?
Yeah, but I kind of like playing that with just voice actors.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense, too.
Okay, Death Note. Oh, Jiminy Cricket. Death Note was released in 2016. I mean, 2006.
Oh, yeah, that makes way more sense than, I was gonna say, I think the really bad live adaptation was 2016.
let's try. Okay, one more thing, and then then you'll have my undivided attention again.
I don't need your approval. Wait, no, Nick, don't leave. I'm sorry I said that.
Cast, death. No, now you've got me now you've got me curious about who played Light's voice actor in that.
I don't know. Wait a minute, did you know that Kevin Bacon invented the Dreamcast?
Now hold on a sec.
I hate this cave, not because it's in any way actually challenging, but that these bats always fucking drain you like 7 times before you even have a chance to strike back.
Light's voice actor was played by Brad Swall?
No, I have no idea who that was.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually known his name, but I know him by voice because he's in freaking everything.
Okay.
Anime-wise. Okay, well, that's far enough down that rabbit hole. Where's Kane? Oh, right.
Kane pieced out.
Where he always is.
Fool.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, I guess there's 2 more Game of Thrones novels to be released, but I mean,
Wait, 2 more novels? I thought he was down to the last one.
One of them was so large they had to split it into book 4 and 5.
Oh, the old Harry Potter maneuver.
Yeah. In other words, his publisher saw the opportunity to make more money.
It's like, oh god, guys, nothing else is printing money. We've gotta
milk
milk this cash cow.
The only upside is that, the big downside is that his audiobooks were narrated by Roy Daltrey, who is an amazing British voice actor.
Really?
Unfortunately, George R.R. Martin took so damn long that he died.
Of course.
So, but the good news is he's being replaced by George Guidall whenever the damn book comes out, and he's also an amazing narrator.
There's some, I've listened to my fair share of audiobooks lately too, and there's a couple authors, I don't know any of their names, but like, there's definitely voices that kind of repeat. There's guy who always sounds like this when he's reading, and I can't think of what his name is. But he always has like
Zap
kind of
Brannigan.
This, yeah, Zap Brannigan. This audiobook is brought to you by Audible. Audible, audio that's with you wherever you are.
But yeah, there's
Erotically. Sorry.
I guess I just kind of waited so long for Game of Thrones to finish up that ultimately other series kind of stepped in and filled that void, like The Witcher.
Okay, yeah.
Like, oh, here's a series, and it's better, and it's finished. So yeah.
Indeed.
The Black Company is also a pretty good series too. I've gotten into that recently.
The Black Company. Oh yeah, you told me about that a little bit last episode.
Oh, did I? Well,
yeah,
then
I asked you if it was a race thing.
Oh, right. Yeah, that sounds like something you'd say.
Right, because you can't not go there, Chris. God damn it.
Down goes the tank.
And down goes Fraser. Cecil's death sprite is just a face plant. Why are the death animations in this game so hilarious? They're gonna hit Cecil again, aren't they? Okay, at least these guys do nothing.
So, wait, you already got all the way through Evelyn Castle?
Yeah, Evelyn was not.
You beat the 3 ogres?
Yep. Wow, you really weren't paying attention.
Well, I had another window open. Someone needed to figure out that Yuri Lowenthal was in that game.
What, did you want me to talk about the game? I mean, come on.
You know me, I can't do 2 things at once.
This is play the hits, not talk about the hits. I'm out of material, Nick. Knuckles, play me off. Knuckle just throws out like a pair of panties that he's had stashed, and he's like, fuck you guys.
Total side note, I just kind of looked around at what the room appears to look like at this point, and Duncan seems to have pulled every blanket downstairs into one pile, and he is laying on it like a dragon guarding his treasure.
That's because you guys bore me.
Borp, borp. Dad doesn't take care of me, so I had to make my own bed. Borp.
Alright, I'm officially full of items here, so...
Now, if you open up another treasure box, does it just start dropping items, cancel
No,
out your
it
last
told
item?
me that I couldn't hold anymore. Got a
Okay.
vampire fang. How useless was that? Okay. I think we're just about to the ninjas, though, so I can sell some stuff. God damn it.
Of course. Of
course.
More bats.
These, like I was saying, these things drive me nuts. It's not that they're in any way, shape, or form difficult. It's that they have to hit you like 10 times before you can touch them once.
Mhm.
So,
No,
away
they're,
we go.
they're not difficult. They don't give you a lot of EXP. They just waste your time.
Yep. Okay, so we got the inn, there's the item shop, and the inventory crisis is over. I'm gonna save one of those for Edge, along with the green beret, just in case. In fact, I'm gonna keep Young's stuff for just a little longer, because I think Edge can use some of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't there someone who can recycle his items? And I completely forgot about Edge.
Also gonna optimize Rosa here. Not enough space to remove all. What do you...
So you might as well go throw out all the single-use items. Well, no, because you'll get more. Just use more space.
Yeah, let's sell the Vampire Fang, though. Blizzard, that's not worth having. Thunder, also not worth it.
Blizzard, you couldn't pay me to cast Blizzard.
Blizzara may hurt Rubicante. Bacchus's Wine, I'll hang on to that for a little bit. Same with that.
Hermes Conrad's Sandals.
Stop never works, so that's the end of that one.
Hey, speaking of Hermes Conrad, did you know that the voice actor for Vamp from Metal Gear Solid 2 and Hermes Conrad are the same guy?
Really?
Yeah.
Phil Lamar did Vamp.
If he did Hermes Conrad, he is Vamp.
He did Hermes Conrad. I cannot believe he did Vamp. That is hilarious.
He's also Vamp then, yeah. One of those voice actors with interesting range.
You're telling me. Holy crap. I can't picture that at all. Now, did you say that the Blood Lance is actually useful for something at some point?
I'd hang on to it.
Alright.
I mean, at least until you get the Avenger sword.
Wait, did I already get the Avenger?
No, you get
No, I
that
got the
in
Ancient. I got the Ancient,
Yeah,
sorry.
You get that in the monster in the box down in the Sylvan Cave.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Which I assume is the whole point of the Sylvan Cave.
Wow, why do every other arrow besides silencing suck so bad? Whatever.
Because they're all early game arrows, I think.
Yeah, I guess so. Holy shit. They're all gone is what they are.
What's the best arrow in this game? Is it the Yauchi arrow or the Artemis arrow?
I think the Yoichi you can buy. The Artemis is a rare drop.
You have to steal them from
Yeah.
the Warriors of Artemis, yeah.
Right. And so I think that is technically the best in this game, but damned if I ever fired one because, you never know.
Do you know where the name for the Yauchi or Yoichi arrows comes from?
I don't. I can only Yoichi, most likely. We're probably both mispronouncing it now that I think about it, because it
I
sounds
don't
very
know.
Japanese.
Mochi Yoichi. I mean, no one eats Moichi, or do they?
No, but it's spelled Yoichi. Yoichi.
Yeah, but I figured it was doing some trickery with the English language, just like how X is pronounced as S.
Oh, that's true. Or should. Who knows?
Then anyways, if I remember correctly, it has something to do with a Japanese myth about...
Oh, you actually knew the answer. God damn it.
No, yeah, I was
You let
wondering
me
if you-
carry on like an asshole.
Well, no, I just wanted to hear if there was another version, because sometimes you get it right, sometimes you don't when you know, think back on these. Something, it had to do something with, like, I think it was a general who was saying something along the lines of, if you can hit that target from 3,000 feet away, my army will lay down their swords and surrender. And sure enough, he shot for the target and hit it or something.
Oh, nice.
I just remember it had to do with, like, some obscenely faraway target that he hits.
Huh.
And a boat.
Why did she equip the black belt? Whatever. We're going black robe, Brittany. Don't try to
Oh,
pull
did
that
you
shit.
try to optimize and it put something weird
I
on?
did. It put, like, her ninja gear on her instead of... Yeah, same with
it's-
Rosa.
I think
That's how it worked.
optimizes defense.
Yeah, it prioritizes defense over magic defense.
There's a few frustrating items like that in this
Yeah.
game where you try to optimize and it keeps on putting them on.
Right. Now then, okay. We've got the Ice Brand and the Ice Lance. Kunai, I think that's Edge's just default weapon, isn't it? So that's not a big
Yeah, I
deal.
wouldn't buy anything here. It's not going to be useful for him.
No. Okay, so we still have a okay amount of gil after all that. But I can sell my old mage stuff here now that I think of it.
Yeah, no one's
save-
going to need that. And what's his face? The
Wait a minute.
Lunarian guy only sticks around for a little bit.
Yeah. There we go. That's what I was thinking. I almost sold my ice armor that I just paid 35 freaking thousand gil for.
No, it's still good for a little while.
Yeah.
Not much, but
Okay. I think I'm in good shape here inventory-wise.
I think I use the Blood Lance with Kane at this point. I think. Well, I mean, you're doing just fine.
I was gonna say, though, I think I keep it equipped until Rubicante is dead. Because there it's quite helpful.
Oh yeah, I mean, he falls pretty quick with those ice swords, if I remember correct.
Yeah, so the ice brand and the ice lance, and then
I mean-
maybe I will experiment with the blood lance after that. But I've never seen it do anything useful.
I feel like the best blood weapon in the FF series was always Steiner's blood sword from FF9.
Is that the one that you could actually do like a dark technique that like siphons the enemy's HP?
You could do that, but by default, it always sucks
naming way.
HP out of enemies, and it had really high attack stats. There was no downside to it, and it was relevant till like late into Disc 3, if I remember correct.
The most useful iteration of the blood sword that I'm aware of actually comes from Final Fantasy II, where it does percentage-based damage. So on the final boss of the game, it does like in the high thousands when everything else is doing like the low hundreds. And you can take him out
yeah.
pretty easy that way.
Emperor Matthias was always a bit of a crapshoot, if I remember correct, because he could wipe your party out if you decided to just stick with physical attacks, which is, I think, what he's able to do best.
Yeah, unless you have the blood sword. Yeah, but
Which,
yeah.
I mean, I didn't know. I remember every time I've played through 2, I tried to get through it as quick as possible, because I just was...
I've only played through it once, and that was like the really easy GBA version.
Yeah, I remembered I would just do the memory game over and over until I got everybody like Excalibur or whatever.
The memory game, what's that?
Memory match. There was like this weird thing where like when you get into the vehicle and if you press pause and hit the A button 32 times, you enter a secret minigame.
Yeah, I really vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that is definitely my least fondly remembered entry in the series.
Well, I mean, they tried to do something different, which
They did.
I respect that.
Yeah, they certainly did. But I mean, I think even like the most optimistic person would say that it had some issues.
It tried something different. Well, that's funny because I say it tried something different. It deserves the benefit of the doubt. And then someone mentions 13, like a piece of shit.
Yeah, right. Fucking garbage is what that was. I said different. I didn't mean garbage. Come on. Why the hell is this here? There we go. More bats. Yeah.
To get you to run into more enemies.
Yeah, that's exactly what this cave's all about. I remember this being like, it feels like a really long trek to get Edge, just because of these goddamn bats.
It's only about 2 or 3 scenes, if I remember correct. But
Yeah.
the encounter rate is really high.
You're not wrong.
So, with all this talk of the Final Fantasy VII remake, all I can think is how bad I would like to see a Final Fantasy IX remake.
That would be incredible. Though, I don't know, 9 kind of falls into that same category for me as Chrono Trigger, where I actually feel like a higher degree of fidelity with the graphics would kind of ruin how or even just something like voice actors, would kind of ruin how I've always mentally pictured the characters in the world, you know?
Yeah, and you can't not have voice actors. I mean,
Right.
even Dragon Quest XI didn't have Japanese voice actors. They only did that for the English version.
Is that right? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And actually, to that game's credit, I really liked the English voice actors for that game.
They were very good, and they did not have a depth of experience. If you IMBD them, hardly any of them has a career in voice acting. That was like their first major gig.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, and I think the reason that I'm so on board with that game as opposed to, like I said, if they were to redo FF9, is because I didn't already have a voice in my head for each of those characters going into it, you know? So, like, the voice they had in the game was the voice that I just got to know, and so those are the versions of those characters I fell in love with. Now, if Steiner, for instance, in my head, has always had, like, a really posh accent. You know, like he's almost the token, like, English knight, you know, and,
the Don Quixote of the...
Yeah, and you might picture him completely different, and that's equally valid, but, for me, Steiner is always uptight and indignant with Zidane, and, you know, that's just how I pictured him.
Yeah, and I guess it's going to be one of those situations where you're not going to, I'd say everyone, but hardly please anybody, because, you know...
Yeah.
It's like the ending of Game of Thrones. You can't please everybody because everyone had their own version of how they wanted it to be.
Yep, that's true. Though I will say, Zidane has had a voice actor before in Dissidia, and I actually thought they did a pretty decent job. That is relatively how I would picture
God, is
Zidane.
that the one that sounded like Sonic the Hedgehog?
Maybe? I don't know.
Okay, side note. We're coming up at about the hour mark here.
Yeah, we're about 45 minutes and 56 seconds, according to my
Oh, really?
time.
Oh, because we fiddled around with Twitch for a while. Yeah, all I really remember from Zidane in FF Dissidia was too slow.
Oh, yeah. That's
too
true.
slow.
He would do that when he dodged, didn't he?
Yeah, and I mean, once you got far enough into that game, the attack button on your part just becomes the enemy dodge button.
Oh, yeah. My goodness. And you know, to its credit, they really went a long way towards correcting some of those things with the pseudo-sequel, Duodecim. I mean, that really just ended up being the version of that game that was always meant to come out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it had, like, the full roster up through 13, and it included Kain, which was pretty awesome. And just it basically just took the building blocks of the original Dissidia and just added more and better versions of the stuff. Now, the downside to it was I was really incredibly excited for the PS4 game, the new one that came out. So much so that I actually bought it on day one, and I don't think I've ever been as disappointed with a release since Xenosaga 2. It was not good.
Heard nothing good about it.
It is atrocious. Like, there's just too much going on, and none of, like, you know how in Dissidia what was really great is, like, the impact of your attacks always felt really satisfying? Everything in the PS4 game just feels super floaty and super, it's like you're attacking your foes with a...
when you... Oh, go ahead.
With a piece of tissue paper is what I was gonna say.
I mean, what do you expect when you want to make everything look like Dragon Ball Z fights?
Yeah, maybe. But, I mean, it was not... Even that would have been an improvement for me over the game that we got. And granted, they have updated it quite a bit, so I'm probably not talking about the most recent version, but unless they rebuilt the combat from the ground up... And, like for instance, another thing that I really liked about Dissidia 2 was, like, the customizable movesets that you had for each character, which just were completely thrown out the window after the second game. In this new one, you basically only have, like, 3 moves per character, and, like, I haven't dedicated the time to really even know how the level up and evolution system works, but you just get kind of like new passive techniques and new traps that you can lay around. So it's not...
probably wasn't as good as what Smash Brothers did with the genre, which I thought was perfect.
No, of course not. Yeah. Speaking of which, we still haven't played any Smash on this channel, have we?
You know, I was just thinking about that today. I mean, I guess I could buy some...
Hello.
Well, I mean, like, you can only buy Nintendo Direct by the year, right? And it's like $20 for a year?
I think so. It's really reasonable, but...
Yeah, it's surprisingly reasonable.
I think you might get a trial period, too. Maybe like a week or something.
Yeah, that would be fun, though. I would enjoy doing that with you.
Yeah, that'd be a riot.
Not 99 characters go in. one comes out.
Why is that one always Nick?
I am pretty good at it. What can I say? I'm quite good with Donkey Kong.
Nice. I was very good at Melee with Falco, but he doesn't quite have the same magic in this new one as Melee Falco did. So I'm still kind of dicking around with it, trying to get kind of make one of the characters my own. I do like Simon Belmont quite a bit.
Yeah, that was one of the issues I really kind of had with that game for a while too. It's just there's so many damn characters. I could never really devote enough time to any one to get a feel for what I was comfortable with.
Right. At a certain point, you basically just have to pick one whose appearance you like and just kind of grow into them.
I ended up just going back to my old standard fallback of, well, Donkey Kong was strong in 64.
Yeah. This is true. In this version, too, they've also made Kirby a bit more respectable than he was in Melee. Not quite as broken as he was in his N64 version, but he's still decent. Oh, wow, Edge is underleveled.
Well, I mean, the whole of...
Now let's go back and save. Go ahead.
What was it? Was it World of Light was just so long, which I enjoyed, but it started to verge on overstaying its welcome that I kind of had to get to the point where I could use Donkey Kong to just one punch everybody out of the way just to clear single player.
Right. And this is going to sound pretty shameful, but what I ended up doing with that was I just put it on easy mode and just plowed through it.
I didn't realize that was an option until my second playthrough.
Your second playthrough? Holy crap.
Mm-hmm. Well, I only had to get part of the way into it, I think just enough to fill up the skill table, because, you know, I needed all the achievements.
Oh, wow, yeah, no, I did not do that. I did not come anywhere close to doing that.
Yeah, well, I did, except for all the online stuff. It was a very boring month of December at my place of work, and, yeah.
My goal with that game was just to unlock every character, and once I did that, I was all set.
Well, good, because that was pretty much a gimme. I was really disappointed there was nothing else to unlock. Like, you didn't have to unlock stages or anything. It was just...
No, yeah, you're right. All the stages were... Though I think the DLC adds some new stages, too.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's a bit of a double-bladed sword, because,
right,
I mean...
Hold on a sec here.
Do you really want to spend all that time unlocking everything, or, you know...
Yeah, that's fair. So, that's actually not worth it for Edge. That's 4 defense that goes down. And Edge kind of needs that defense. He's got low HP.
The only one who gets punched is Cecil.
Yeah, that's true. Yep, okay, so Young's equipment ended up being useless after all. Nick, next time on Play the Hits, we make our way up the Tower of Babel yet again. Only this time, instead of Luge, we kill Rubicante. And we make Edge murder his own parents. Things are gonna be fun.
A story written by Sigmund Freud.
Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme. Next time on Play the Hits.